Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called the Bushido Blade, 1981. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. Any movie with Laura Gemser automatically gets a 5 out of 5 stars rating. Lots of nudity in this one. Japanese women and Laura Gemser. There are about 3 scenes like that. It's a Japanese-U.S. co-production. It's kind of a low-budget, poor man's version of Shogun, although it came out a year earlier than Shogun. And it kind of follows the wave of Lone Wolf and Cub, Shogun, all those Japanese interest movies from the 70s and 80s. Well, 70s and early 80s. Okay. Shogun type movies. It takes place during the era of Franklin Pierce. He was probably the greatest U.S. president since, other than Grover Cleveland, another great U.S. president from the 19th century. And those are probably the top 2 right there of all time in terms of presidents. Franklin Pierce and Grover Cleveland. It's Richard Boone's last appearance on either film or television, and he was in The Big Sleep. Then you've got Laura Gemser, of course. She plays a not very believable female shogun. Believe it or not, she's supposed to be a mixed race or something. She looks more like she's from Thailand. I don't know why she has the last name Gemser, but I'm not sure about her ethnicity there. She doesn't look at all Japanese, let me put it to you that way. And anyways, so it takes place during the presidency of Franklin Pierce. There's kind of this attitude from the U.S. Navy that they have a role to modernize Japan, and there's some pushback. Richard Boone wants to sign a treaty with the shogun in Japan, and bring about the steam engine and the tall buildings and the steam engine, and I'm not sure what else, but whatever modern marvels of technology from the 19th century, they want to bring that to Japan, and there's backlash. Japan traditionally doesn't like foreigners. Even to this day, if I was to move to Japan and I'd just squat in some dead person's house, I'm sure the Japanese people would not take too kindly for me being in their country. It's kind of like this President Trump attitude where he doesn't like immigrants. That's the kind of situation in Japan. And they don't like immigrants either. So it's kind of understandable, the historical resistance to U.S. domination. I don't know if you've seen Gate of Flesh, but that's a great Japanese movie that shows resistance to U.S. Imperialism, if you will. I wouldn't say that the Navy is imperialist, though. They're just trying to sign a treaty. Nothing nefarious going on, but but the rebels against the shogun who wants to open up the country to modernization, they steal the Bushido blade, which is like a sacred sword that's being worshipped by the shogun. They steal it from him, and so Richard Boone sends out a clandestine kind of top secret kind of effort for his men to retrieve the blade. So they encounter a bunch of Japanese people along the way. There's a guy who can speak a little bit of Japanese. James Earl Jones has a little cameo as a shipwrecked whale harpooner. He's kind of locked up in a Japanese bathhouse of all places, and so there's that. Got a very limited theatrical release. It went to television pretty fast, and they must have edited out all the nudity, and it gets an R rating. So it's not much, but it's just enough to get a 5 out of 5 stars. And I think the cut version has like 30 minutes chopped out, or 20 minutes, something like that. A lot of cool decapitation scenes in this one, although one of them is off camera. It's not really decapitation, it's more like a slice in the back of the neck, that sort of thing. A guy's lower arm gets chopped off by Laura Gimser. She doesn't look like she's too adept with the sword. I think Sonny Chiba is better at swords person than Laura Gimser. Although she must have practiced quite a bit for this role. I'm not used to seeing her in this kind of role as a samurai. Kind of interesting, but anyways, great flick. People say it's historically inaccurate, and the plot is no good, but I thought it was okay. There's a really weird scene in the beginning where these guys in blackface singing some Yankee Doodle Dandy or something. That was pretty crazy. That came out of nowhere, and yeah, cool flick. Highly recommended. Check it out. I posted the trailer in the description box, so you can watch it by clicking on the link there. And right now I'm watching Butterfly, the Pia Zadora fiasco that I'll describe in my next video. I'm almost done with it. I got Butterfly and Bye Bye Birdie before I even got the Bushido blade. But as soon as I got the Bushido blade, I popped it right in, and it exceeded all my expectations. So, highly recommended. Check it out. Laters.